Hello and welcome back to Coin Lady channel. It's a strange and exciting time to be involved in the cryptocurrency industry and a holder of XRP, no doubt about it. Look, everyone is hoping that the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit ends in favor of XRP investors, and I think it's safe to say that most of us think that will send the price of XRP skyrocketing. And the prospect of a resolution is exhilarating. Nonetheless, it's strange since there are so many warning signs that the old banking system is continuing to fall apart, making this an overall strange and unsettling time to be involved with crypto. So, how will that affect the cost of XRP and other cryptocurrencies? So, let's have a chat about it. To give you an idea of where we'll be beginning from, here's a headline from the cryptocurrency Basic XRP: trading in this range for a year is breakout coming. But before we go any further, I do want to clarify something. I come from a completely monetary free background. Nothing I say or write should be taken as recommendations to purchase or sell any security. For fun and as a pastime, I enjoy making videos about crypto-related topics to share on YouTube. At the time this video was shot, XRP was worth slightly less than 47 cents. At $29,650, Bitcoin has a market worth of $1.28 trillion, or 46.35% of the whole asset class. For the most part of this week, at least for the past several days, the crypto market as a whole, and Bitcoin in particular as the market leader, has shown no signs of an upward trend, with the fear and greed index currently sitting at 61 out of 100. Investors are acting greedily right now. To be more specific, though, what about XRP? I haven't emphasized this in a while, but I think it's important enough to mention. In other words, the rate of new XRP accounts has returned to levels that were more or less normal before XRP began pumping in the past few months. And this can be seen in retrospect. For example, you'll see the total number of new XRP accounts created since the beginning of the year shown on your screen. It's encouraging to see that the mania surrounding cryptocurrency in general has spread to XRP. So if we're talking about the first half of January, you can see that there were more than 2,000 new accounts established on January 2 and closer to 6,500 on January 3. After that, the 1,700 over 1,800. As a result of all the excitement, it has reached a new high. At first, it seemed like every day was a new record for XRP signups. But as things settled down, the number of new accounts dropped to what now seems like a more typical 1,000 to 12 per day sometime in early February. And that brings us to our current status. And you can see there was a huge bump in the middle, with 3,383 new accounts being created on March 29. And of course, this is only reflecting the tremendously bullish price movement. So it's fair, and this has been the standard throughout history. This is to be expected if there is a sharp increase in price, as we saw from the low 30-cent range to about 60 cents, and it happens all the time. Well, when that occurs, XRP popularity skyrockets, at least in terms of new accounts, and has leveled down somewhat since then. It appears to have stabilized around the previous daily rate of between 1,000 and 1,200 sign-ups. But that won't be the case for very much longer. That much is true, and we are aware of it. Okay, XRP has been trading flat for a while, but it won't last forever. Here is the latest news about XRP, the most fundamental cryptocurrency. A year of trading within this narrow band. Do we anticipate breakout? Well, obviously, one cannot remain indefinitely. Either it will fall to zero, at which point we will all just be sad, or it will never exist. Hopefully, pandas will be around for a very long time. When exactly it will happen is, at least as far as I am concerned, a complete mystery. Either it travels to infinity or it sets a new record high. Since we're discussing durations, I'll be quick in explaining how I've always viewed the situation and how I've expressed this view on numerous occasions. Eventually, one of those will occur. XRP is a binary bet for me as an investor. Exactly. Because of that, it won't be sticking around for too much longer. In terms of percentage changes, yes, it is quite volatile compared to equities. Okay, I get it. The market behavior we have witnessed, even over the past half-decade, does not indicate whether XRP will sink to zero or set a new all-time high. It's only humanity. It's unstable. There's such a commotion over it that, really, that's all there is to say. I anticipate that one of these will occur. That we won't reach zero is, of course, where I put my money. A new record high is imminent. That's what I'm willing to wager. The truth is unknown. It's a gamble to put money into XRP or anything else, but that's what I think is most likely to happen. Therefore, I must be patient because this is a very lengthy time frame. Now, if you want to look at the subject matter of this piece, even if you only consider the past year, you will find that it has been relatively narrow in its coverage. It's fascinating to witness the public's reaction. When the price of XRP increases, more people become aware of it and want to invest in it. As the price of XRP falls, some investors are selling off their holdings out of fear. Looking at this and thinking, none of it freaking matters, is hilarious to me. As if none of this even matters. Because of this, I like to joke that the folks who make this possible, the emotional buyers and sellers, are just useful idiots. I'm glad they exist since they are the ones responsible for keeping things interesting. There wouldn't be any buying or selling if we all acted like stubborn little morons and refused to compromise, so without them, in a world where the only vehicles on the road are Luna family sedans, I'd simply be sitting here. Nope. Standing firm. Standing firm. The reason why people invest is because of volatility, and it's great that there are those willing to create that volatility. Anyway, since the crash caused by the Terra collapse in May 2022, XRP has been stuck in a wide range, as shown in the following piece. The asset has maintained a tight trading range between 28 cents and 55 cents during the past year. Each attempt to break out of the territory is met with strong opposition. It's not common to encounter such extreme volatility in the stock market, but the range you're discussing is about between and. Let me make a small correction here, though. Therefore, they were towards the low end, at around 28 cents. Here, however, is a live coin watch-only chart of XRP price over the past year. You can see that the price exactly 1 year ago was 61 cents. So, you can't really say that. However, the margin of error is small either way. Specifically, the price of Bitcoin went down by more than 50% from 61 cents and then back up by more than 100%, or rather close to 100%, from that low point. From the low point of 28 cents, the price increased by little more than 100%. Thus, such extreme fluctuation would cause alarm. Anyone unfamiliar with cryptography should assume this to be the case. But I still take a look at it and I'm still like, no, I'm interested in keeping up with it because I have some stake in the outcome. That's what makes the whole thing exciting and engaging. Is there any real difference in how things work? Not in the long run, for there are basically two possible outcomes. Either XRP will reach zero, or it will reach a new record high. In the end, it won't be the details that matter. However, I do not miss the larger point that we have reached a tipping point, where something is certain to occur, and where a judgment in the SEC Ripple case seems likely. Even if Ripple officially loses or has to pay a fee, I believe many of us believe it will be favorable, at least for XRP holders. Most of us, with good cause, I believe, suspect that this would have a significant impact on the XRP price. Rockets. The rest of 2023 is shaping up to be quite intriguing, in my opinion. I have no doubts about that. Now, let me simply share this with you in regards to the financial situation. Over the past few days, I've dedicated a number of videos to discussing the topic. What is his name though? Do you folks know him? Srinivasan Balaji. Excellent work by Srinivasan. I just don't feel like struggling through the rest of the film trying to pronounce that name. Balaji Srinivasan will be known as John for the remainder of the video. I'm going to refer to him simply as John. This one individual, though, has already given up hope that Bitcoin will reach $1 million within the 90 days after he placed his bet in March. What he's articulating is intriguing, though. He claims responsibility for it. He was trying to prove a point by making this wager, but it backfired. Please allow me to elaborate. John pays out $1.5 million to shut down Bitcoin. This is the headline of the Daily Hodl. Bet claims he alerted the public because nobody else would. No, I don't think absolutely no one else will. I mean, I've been discussing this issue, it's just that I don't really agree with everything John says. In truth, this topic has been discussed by the vast majority of us. John, a former chief technical officer at Coinbase, has closed off his long-shot wager on the price of Bitcoin by paying out $1.5 million, as seen in the following PISA entry. John made headlines in the cryptocurrency community in March when he wagered $1 million that the price of Bitcoin would reach $1 million within 90 days as a result of failing banks and hyperinflation. Bitcoin. I have to halt and make one point: it's not impossible for something to occur. Many people believe that X number of things can't happen in their lives simply because they haven't happened before. And most people act as if the current situation is permanent. To be clear, I'm not a pessimist either. The actual world is where I want to be. But, it's not a crazy thought that something terrible could happen to the dollar precisely because it's being debased constantly by the Fed like that. What I don't know, and what I don't think is likely, is more specific, like what the timeline is. Whatever your political leanings are, left or right, they are relevant if we are to see a change because, the ruling class. In the United States, both major political parties have been responsible for the excessive spending that has recently emerged. That's just one piece of the puzzle, though. But that is a major consideration. And there's little chance in hell that will change anytime soon. To put it another way, I want to know when exactly I will face judgment. Will I see it happen while I'm still alive? I can't predict how this will turn out, but I don't think it's good. When the government of a country deliberately destroys its currency, a fiat currency no longer exists. This is the conclusion drawn from historical evidence. We're currently seeing it once again, which is why the development of cryptocurrency is so game-changing. Bitcoin is not technologically advanced in comparison to other cryptocurrencies presently, but I appreciate it so much since it is one of those unique technologies that comes along. It was the tipping moment where people realized, wait a minute, so you can have a system that doesn't require trust, and for that I'm very grateful. Other than having faith in the security of encryption and the integrity of the code, there is no proprietary information involved here. Check its functionality by reading it over. The shocking part is that, in any case, the ceasefire holds. Bitcoin was trading about $27,000 when he placed his wager, and it is currently trading at only $28,614 as of this writing. Now, in a new video, the former Coinbase CTO says he has settled the bet early and that he just made it to scare people about the US Federal Reserve's monetary policies. They are printing billions, and I burnt $1 million to prove it. The million will be my starting point, followed by the trillion. Think back to the $1 million wager you made a few weeks ago. The initial payment was made by me. The matter was quickly resolved by me. The Bitcoin core is worth $500,000 USD. Donate $500,000 to Medlock right away. You may verify this by inspecting the chain. John / has the full story. No, I won't do it. The URL includes his last name. For my part, I won't be participating. A John like you. For the rest of this story, you're John. Since I own the channel, I act on my own whims. All that's left to do now is finalize the legal fine print. And that can be demonstrated. You can go see whether it works. That's $1 million accounted for. Doing so demonstrates effort. Let's talk about trillions right now. The reason I did this is because I wanted to send a signal about the state of the economy that could be demonstrated to be accurate. I'm not one to frivolously spend $1 million. The government is concealing the truth about the state of the economy. Things might unravel rapidly, as the quotation suggests. Yeah, it's crazy that he burnt $700,000 to prove a point, even though the notion itself is sound and I agree with the broad sentiment. I'm going to have to take his word for it. He even made the prepayment. Oh, right. But gosh, I find it hard to believe that the banking crisis is genuinely gone at this time. The most important one being Jim Cramer's recent statement that he believes it to be over. Everything he claims is false. But no, it's obvious as regional bank shares have been plunging all week. Moreover, I read in the news that many of these regional banks had investment strategies quite similar to those of the banks that ultimately failed. Then I realized that the virus had apparently spread. What transpires, we shall see. What transpires, we shall see. But where does it all start to unravel? Because, look, as I've stated before, too, I do believe that, if it's the last possibility to stop the economy and the banking system from sliding off a cliff, printing $1 to take care of all the individuals that had money would be the best option. In the event that a bank fails. In such case, the Fed would probably just go ahead and execute it. They may need to modify the rules to accommodate new circumstances, but they would do so anyhow, since without them, there would be no nation. They would undoubtedly act in such a way. Because you're suggesting the Fed's balance sheet grow, inflation would skyrocket as a result. Just 1 week, the Fed has increased interest rates by 25 basis points in an effort to slow inflation. So they are saying one thing and doing another. It would be absurd if that were actually a thing. I don't know how these idiots got to be in control of anything. I have no idea how they choose their wardrobes. No, seriously. I don't claim to be an expert in the world of finance. Nothing I say or write should be used as a basis for making financial decisions. In the end, please like and subscribe my channel. See you later, bye.